Good evening, everybody. It's your boy Yinzer back with another Clash Dummies war recap. This war will be, will be against Piece of Me. As you can see, not much of a fight. I'll go ahead and get into that. 49 to 26. They did not use all of their attacks. We had them put away very early, despite them having a huge Town Hall advantage, even though most of them were quite rushed. They were also only a level 4 clan, just not ready for what we had to bring to the table. You'll notice I'll go through the map here. They didn't attack any of our top bases. They weren't able to really 3-star anything with any type of consistency. Actually, it doesn't look like they 3-starred anything. Their attacks were really shoddy. They weren't even farm attacks, to be honest. We'll go over and look at the destruction we caused. As you see, when we get to the bottom of the list here, we missed quite a few Town Hall 9s, and actually some Town Hall 8s. This 18, 19, 17 were all Town Hall 8s. Actually, 17 and 18, I don't believe, were true Town Hall 8s. They had a Town Hall 9, but they were not Town Hall 9s. As you see, this guy has no Archer Queen, but does have an Expo there in the middle. That said, the reason we missed those, to be honest, is because we weren't really going for the stars. As you can see, with such a gap, such a margin of victory, we were able to just kind of go ahead and loot this war. And if you don't know what loot means, it's when you have a war put away so soon that you can go ahead and hit way high and just leave after pulling 1 star to get as much loot as possible. This war, we are going to have something a little different. I am going to feature a Town Hall 10 attack. It was by Ogden on number 1 here. He is number 1 on the other team here is a Town Hall 11. Decently upgraded base. Does have the Eagle Artillery. We're going to go ahead and start this recap with this attack. He's going to drop the Archer Queen with some healers on her over here on the west side, with some minions to support, and that's going to force his Archer Queen to go to the north. What he does when he gets her up there is quite impressive, specifically with his jump spell placement. Wait until you see what compartments he's able to join up with this jump spell. I also like what he did in his army camp here. We'll zoom in on the Archer Queen. Give her some specific action. What he does with the giants there, as you can see, they're not really a typical war troop unless you're a Town Hall 6 going in with a giant healer attack, which you don't really see too much on YouTube. What he does with those, though, is he's able to tank the Infernos when he gets deep into the base. As you see, those Infernos are quite close. I do believe they're close enough to be targeted, or to both be frozen at the same time with 1 freeze spell. But obviously he has 2 free spells, and he's going to do that. I don't think he actually does try for the 2, tries to get both Infernos with the freeze. He does just freeze them both when he gets deeper into the base. But with those giants, he is able to tank those Inferno beams and keep the Inferno beams off of his wizards for quite some time. There is the jump spell. As you can see, it gets him all the way to the core without the use of any more wall breakers to get through those level 8 walls, the skull walls there. Here's the giants doing their jobs, tanking the Inferno beams. They are all in the center now. Of course, the healers retarget, but as soon as those Infernos are unfrozen, the healers do nothing, because healers and heal spells will not work on troops that are targeted by Inferno beams, if you were unaware of that. It is kind of nice that this golem up here got stuck against that wall, tanking for that crossbow there. Even though it's a level 1 crossbow, it really doesn't matter. His queen redirects into the center. As you can see, he already has the 2-star in the bag. This is now just going for percentage, which he does pick up another 8% in this raid. Ends it at 65% total here. I'll zoom out so you can see how much he was actually able to destroy the base. His queen really isn't being targeted by all that much. He does have an archer tower on him, but that golem is doing a lot of the tanking right now. His queen does go down, and we'll go ahead and fast forward this because he has no more DPS troops left. he may be able to pick off. Let's see. Yeah, he does put the archer down here to pick off that last spell factory for the final percentage. She gets taken out. And he ends with a 65% 2-star on a Town Hall 11. Great job to Ogden. So I'm going to scroll down here to number 8. An attack by Zaz. I want to pause it here and have a look at this base real quick. When you look at this base, it screams hog attack. As you see, there is no space in between any of the defenses here for giant bombs right there in the core, but you can almost bet the house that those are going to be Teslas in there. There's just no space. There's a few space for some sketchy spring traps here, but that really doesn't, I mean, it will spring 3 of your hogs for sure when they walk through there, but it shouldn't deter you from sending the hogs on a base like this. I do love what he does down here against this level 25 Archer Queen. We'll see that in a minute. And I also love what he does with the Giants down here at the south. He's able to send in a couple Giants to tank for a few Wizards to take out that Archer Tower and create a much larger funnel that way. So we'll go ahead and hit play here. As you saw, it's only a 2-minute attack, so very quick with the hogs. He sends that Giant and takes out that Archer Tower and is able to take out a few more buildings down there while he creates his funnel. If you didn't see what he did with the King against that enemy Archer Queen, is he sent his Golem, his Max Golem down here to target, so the Archer Queen targeted that Golem, then he sent the King right behind it, so he was untouched as he went into the base and took out that Archer Queen. He does have the poison right there for the CC troops. Once those are targeted, he's free to send the hogs, which he then just sprinkles in at the top. Again, don't have to be real precise on this one. You know there's no giant bombs anywhere, so there's nothing to really be afraid of. You just want to heal the hogs, keep them in that heal, because you can't heal a dead hog. So as long as they're running around this base, standing in heals, there's nothing that can stop them. Again, the spring traps, yeah, they're going to do some damage as far as throwing. They can throw up to 3 hogs at once, but with one more heal here to spare, it's really not going to make a difference. What he does, he cannot fail this attack from this point on. I'm going to go ahead and 2-exit here while we watch the cleanup. That King beating on his hogs, no big deal. Is able to take him out, and they just work the last little bit of this base, swinging up to the top there to take out the storages when they're done with these few buildings down here at the bottom. We'll 4x as there's only 10 seconds left in the attack. So as you can see, some giant bombs sprinkled along the outside of the base, and very poor placement. But that will happen when you're going against a clan who's not very good in the war scene. I'm going to scout this base. This is a attack by Fear West, who has not been featured yet in a war recap. It might have been last war actually. He tried using the hogs, got very frustrated after failing an attack, and when I say fail, he did still star it, but got frustrated. A lot of the guys picked him back up and said, keep at it. This whole transition thing from the 2-star attacks to the 3-star attacks, you're going to have some disparages. It just happens. You're going to end up failing until you start getting it down. I wanted to feature this attack just because West did experience a little disheartening fail last war, but I appreciate him attempting the hogs again. It's very admirable because nobody likes to fail. Even if you're going to use a go wee wee and get 2 stars, at least you know what you're going to do, and you go in there expecting at least a 2-star and you get that, you can be happy with that. It's very hard to go in with a new attack style and fail and then keep trying that attack style when you have not had success. Not the prettiest attack, but that's what it looks like whenever you start the transition into the 3-star mentality. This is what it looks like, but he has all the components. All the steps are there. Wide funnel, puts down his wizards after the golems, sends his king and queen through a broken wall, does everything right, puts the jump spell down right on the queen platform to get his troops into the center. Everything is exactly the way it should look. I'm not even going to pick apart any part of this attack as far as like what he could have done better, because really it's a 3-star and it's exactly how you would want to do it. Sends the hogs from 3 o'clock coming down toward the 6 o'clock area. He sends them early enough that his golems are still in the center tanking for that expo. There's no damage coming in on his hogs. That's exactly how you want to do it. If there could be one comment made on the entire attack, it might have been just the heal spells down here at the bottom could have covered that bomb spot a little bit better. But fortunately, this wizard tower is targeting his healthy hogs, the hogs that were standing in the heal spell. So he was able to save a lot of those hogs that got hit by that bomb. So really, we'll just say Wes meant to put it there. He knew that wizard tower was going to target his healthy hogs. So that was a great move by Wes. What a wonderful heal spell. Nothing at this point that can stop his hogs. 50 seconds for cleanup. I believe this was like a 3-minute attack, so we have 30 seconds to spare. We'll 4x it as his hogs run around the trash ring here and take out the rest of the base. So again, Wes, very admirable for sticking with the hogs. Wes did have 2 accounts in this war. Both of them used hogs in all of his attacks. Let me actually just check. Fear Wes, okay, right there. He had an 84% 2-star on number 8. That was a fresh hit on number 8, so he didn't know where any of the traps were. And right here, Cockadoodle-Doo is also Wes's second account. They're actually very close in terms of their Town Hall 9 defense levels and troop levels. And he's able to get a full 6-star war with Cockadoodle-Doo this time, again using the hogs, which is very great. I'm really glad he stuck with it. I'm going to show the legend because I haven't shown one of his attacks. He's a very early Town Hall 9. As you can see, he just got his Queen ability. Just simple stuff here. The stuff that I've been showing. The stuff that I showed in the first war. Lure the CC. Drop 2 poisons on whatever comes out. If it's a hound, bring it outside the base and destroy it. This clan was leaving their Archer Queen exposed. If you haven't seen what was going on in some of the previous attacks, she's exposed there. So what you do in this case, even though it's a level 4 Archer Queen, doesn't matter. It's good practice to take her out. She's not going to do a lot of damage to your hogs, but when you have the means of doing so, do it. And it's nice that he's able to take out 2 giant bombs in the process, because as his hogs are cleaning up that ring down there, if they were to hit those, that could end the raid with minimal percentage left to go in a 3-star, which would be very disheartening. I'm not sure. I do believe this is a cleanup attack, so he knew that giant bomb was there. Really, it can't be anywhere else in the base, so it only makes sense that it was there. Air D exposed up at the north. I have no explanation for what this clan might have been thinking with their base designs. I really don't want to tear them apart, though. Obviously, they don't have anybody guiding them. That's not their fault. But since everything's done, the clan castle's taken care of, the queen's taken care of, basically the whole kill squad's function was just to tank and take out some buildings so that he makes sure his hogs stay along that lower half of the base. And as long as he keeps them in heal, which it looks like he's going to be able to do, because he can almost drop his heals anywhere and they will cover the entire portion of the base that is left standing as it is right now. I'm actually going to fast forward this one real early because he has so much tank left and so many hogs left that he can't fail this raid. It's just why people wouldn't use the hogs. I know that there's steps involved. I know it is hard to learn the technique, and you do have a lot of fails, which is very discouraging, but I just can't fathom a clan trying to win these wars on a consistent basis but not using hogs. It literally cannot happen. You have to be using hogs. Laloon is still around. It's just not. Everything else kind of has to be perfect with a Laloon. We do have Buckfutter, who is a resident Laloon expert right now, as he is still. In fact, he was able to 3-star a Town Hall 10, be it a Rush Town Hall 10, but he did have 2 multi-Inferno towers. In fact, I might go back and show that one. Just for the sake of doing so, because it is a Town Hall 9 versus Town Hall 10 with Infernos. We're going to watch Corrupt because I need to throw a Town Hall 8 in here for sure. for my lower level guys. As you can see on this base, it's simple. Just lure the CC, and if you look at where the defenses are, it's obvious that there's going to be Teslas up here by the builders' huts. So if you send a two-finger drop right at the north there, coming in by the army camps, and he does a very smart thing by sending one hog on either side to test for bombs in that area, does trigger the Teslas, and he knows he's ready to send the hogs. He's good to go. If you send an old-school two-finger drop up there by those camps, which he does, there's no way you can fail this attack either. You're just going to heal the hogs early over both of these archer towers here, and then you'll put one more heal down somewhere in this area, wherever the group of hogs may be left, and it's a done deal. I'm actually going to 2x this one because it's kind of fun to watch the hogs work at the speed of 2x or even 4x. So you have the dragon goes down, he sends in these couple hogs here, triggers the Teslas, knows he's good to go, drops the hogs in, heal. They keep moving in that perfect motion right around the base. One hog does peel off and get this cannon over here, that's awesome. Heals down at the bottom. They go back to clean up those cannons, which is perfect because now the hogs are going to work around this trash ring, and the raid's over. A 2-minute attack, can't beat it. I am going to throw Buck's attack in there. It was not a 3-star on a Town Hall 10. I misspoke earlier, and that's why I'm going to show it. But it came down to just a time thing. He ran out of time a little bit at the end. Not his fault. Great attack nonetheless. So we're going to show it. Let me see here. We'll scroll up. Is it this one? Yep, it's that one, 94%. So we got 2 multi-inferno towers. 1 expo is on air. Easy CC lure, as you can see. Why they left it that exposed, I have no idea. These are not the ideal bases. Do not copy any of these bases. I don't know why you would copy a base that we are tearing apart anyway. My suggestion to Buck whenever he asked me to look at this attack would probably either to be drop the heal spells altogether. I didn't really pay attention to how much help the heal spell that he drops out of the range of the Infernos is. I didn't see how much of a benefit that was. Maybe I'll pay attention to that in this raid as I watch it right now. But maybe even dropping one for a couple haste spells and the other for another rage spell might have been beneficial for him. Not going to say that would have made the difference, although the fact is he ran out of time, so maybe a haste spell would have made the difference, a little bit of a boost to the speed of his loons, and it could have got the job done. As you can see, he funnels in his king and queen with the help of a golem. A level 1 Inferno is not going to do much damage very quickly to a queen and a king. Here he starts the Laloon portion. Just kind of gives a little bit of a spam line here behind that one hound that he sent in. Similar method up here. Just going to send a hound with a few more loons behind it. I'm not sure why. I'm sorry, I'm going to zoom in here and actually ignore the attack for a second. I'm not quite sure why both of the air sweepers are pointed in that direction. I just noticed that. Thought it was pretty funny. Right here, if he had a rage for the center, it would be game over. I feel like this would have probably been the perfect time to use that rage. Drop it right there on those loons in the center while they were dealing with that Inferno tower. As you can see right now, I mean, I guess that heal did help quite a bit, as those loons up there were taking damage from that wizard tower. But even just dropping the heal that he has left for a rage here and dropping it right now in that area, because as you see, this heal right here does not help at all, because that Inferno is targeting those loons, and he does get it taken out because he does have more loons there than there are Inferno beams. But that rage would have just got it done a shred quicker, and that probably would have resulted in the 3-star. we're going to go ahead and fast forward the end of this raid. It was a great raid, but I'm going to stick with the motto, heal hogs and rage loons. That's probably the best method. And I think next time Buck will probably make that adjustment. I think, to be honest, he wasn't expecting to get this close on this raid. He was more or less doing it at the end for loot. Nonetheless, now you know what you're capable of. So go ahead and go for that 3-star every time, big guy. Great participation, 40 out of 40 attacks. I would expect nothing less when we're just trying to loot these guys. Great war from the Clash Dummies. I will be back in 2 days with the next war recap. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, share with your friends. I appreciate you stopping by, and have a wonderful evening.